Mr. Anil Kumar. Mr. Anil Kumar is presently positioned as the Vice Chairman for Smart Grid Division at EMA. He holds an experience of over 19 years in solution architecting, technical marketing, and pre-sales of smart cities and smart grid utility automation systems. Today, Mr. Anil Kumar will be talking about the new energy world. So let's welcome Mr. Anil.
So the topic is the new world of energy. Conventionally, we have been using electricity as a commodity. Somebody is producing, transmitting, distributing, and we are all consumers, paying bill, and that's the relationship. Now, electricity has a new definition altogether. Some time back we started talking of smart grid, but with the possibility of many new technologies, it has taken a new different dimension altogether. So, what disruption was happening in telecom sector, much more, or internet world, much more disruption is expected to happen, or is going to happen in the electricity world. So let's see what is happening around us. We see the whole world is getting electrified. A lot of renewables coming in picture. A lot of non-conventional loads are shifting to electrical loads, including our urban mass rapid transport, be it metros, or going further the vehicles, our personal vehicles. So there will be more and more storage needed of energy. With a lot of renewable intermittency. It's a debate that how much of DC will take over AC, direct current, and so on and so forth. So electricity and electrifying the world is inevitable to decarbonize. At the same time, since there is a lot of embedded intelligence in every infrastructure, we expect a lot of data to be coming in at every point of the infrastructure. Therefore, it has to be managed with a lot of softwares and, of course, application of a lot of new future technology, including analytics. So at the end of the day, everybody is looking to have a reliable power, a cheaper power, and efficient power. And all this is possible with a fine confluence of course, electricity as well as digitization. So these two are inseparable subjects in the growing context. Some of the drastic or some of the big changes which is going to happen from what we have not seen in the last 100 years is DER integration, distributed energy resource integration. This is the topic of every other presentation, but this is going to touch our lives in a very big way. We will have a charger, we will have a battery pack inside our house. Like most of the houses in California, in US has a Tesla storage to take advantage of the regulations or to kind of, to get more incentivization and so on and so forth. Similarly, we are all going on for rooftop solar. We may have an electric vehicle standing outside with a charging point outside and whatnot. So a lot of DER integrations is expected by the grid. A grid has to be self-immune. We cannot anymore afford to have people, completely looking at the infrastructure reliability, going and changing the configurations to bring back the immunity. So probably the self-immune grid is what is needed. Digital grid management with a lot of data coming up, changing revenue models. This is the biggest change what we are going to see. It was only one relationship of paying the bill for using the commodity. Tomorrow, I might be participating in a lot of other ancillary services. I might be in demand response to helping the utility in peak load. I might be supplying my rooftop power to the grid. My electric vehicle might be charging when the power is low, the price of the power is cheaper, and I might be pumping in when the price is higher to help for the demand management. So there are many roles changes and many new revenue models is going to come up. Think of a Ola or Uber kind of an app or a software orchestrating all the energy users with energy suppliers and trying to bring a fine balance with the demand and supply. So the efficiency is automatically improved. So that's a kind of revenue model shift what we are expecting. Of course, many years we have been speaking on AT&C loss, network loss. That should not be spoken anymore. Probably will have to be de facto efficient. Data as new energy service. And very important is when everything goes digital and electrical, it's easier for somebody to hack in to the system and control. So how are we going to control the cyber risks or mitigate the cyber risks and make the grid more resilient with a lot of digital infusion? So that's the whole context around the new world of energy or the new world of grid. So digitization is the only way forward. How do we manage new revenue generations? How do we manage optimal service level with a secure operations? How do we reduce cost? These are all the requirement of the new world of energy in the grid. So the grid is going to be as dynamic, as electrified everywhere, as digital everywhere, and it is not digital everywhere, it is digitalization. You and me will be interacting with the grid services. There will be machines interacting, there will be businesses interacting. So it is going to be a superpower or a big energy net which is going to be created. So how are we going to manage it? So it's this seamless IoT enabled architecture which is the answer for it. So I pause here. So that's the outlook for new world of energy. Now, one quick outlook I want to give from AIMA is, we are trying to, while many things are happening across the world, while many things are happening in India, many schemes or many projects are coming up, we wanted to try and unify it for sustainable or a practical implementation. So we are working on something called as a reference architecture, which when finished will give a reference, a technical documentation for all our utilities, so that we don't have many flavors of technical documents, which will overcome the interoperability problems, which will overcome the standardization problems, the non-standardization problems, and so on and so forth. We are also working on cybersecurity reference architecture, equally intense as the technical reference architecture, because we know that defense in depth is the approach what has to be taken by Indian entities. So we are trying to assist the Ministry of Power and CEA in selecting the right standards for cybersecurity, selecting the right processes for cybersecurity, and trying to bring in the best practices of cybersecurity globally from the industry player into the Ministry of Power's knowledge in the domain. So that's the two important work what we are doing from AIMA, from the Smart Grid division. So that's where AIMA is very instrumental, bringing all the technology providers to help the technology users to be more pragmatic in their approach. So thank you very much. So I pause here.